Live look at the JW Marriott downtown. Overnight, it was lit up with a beautiful heart, and you can kind of still see that. All the rooms there making that shape. It's on the left side of your screen. The JW has suspended hotel operations for at least 2 weeks to help stop the spread of COVID-19. And it's one of just many examples. Hoosiers now making adjustments as we deal with this unprecedented health and economic crisis. We appreciate you joining us here on CBS 4. I'm Angela Brauer. A lot of breaking news to start your Thursday morning. We're getting word now of even more power outages. We have live pictures here coming in from Hong Kong. This car right here, it's riddled with bullet holes on the passenger side. We're now getting word that there's 12 people dead, including a sheriff's sergeant that was on that department for almost 30 years. So heading toward another grim milestone in the coronavirus crisis. We found this yesterday. So cool. Live day planner. It's being shared all over Facebook right now. In just the last 3 days, 22,000 people have filed or applied for assistance. What a sight. What a sight. So emotional seeing the pictures and the images coming from Indianapolis Motor Speedway. The police officers, their cruisers lining the track, all to pay tribute to this officer, IMPD officer Brianne Leath, an officer, a veteran, and a mother. Officer Leath was just 24 years old, but she made a lasting impact on so many people. Were you able to talk to your child at all through text message, phone call?
Fortunately, one of her peers had their phone and she texted me.
It is the story everybody is talking about this morning. This scene on an Indianapolis interstate, that semi-truck exploding on the east side. The driver pulled to safety moments before his truck exploded again. If you pick the dentist, you're not alone here. A survey of U.S. workers in 2019 revealed most people would rather do pretty much anything else, like literally anything else, than attend a meeting. The biggest reasons people don't like meetings are off-topic conversations and then people arriving late. I think I was the only person that said I kind of like meetings. But my reasoning is because we don't get into the same room together enough.
But see, I'm the guy who's always distracting people in meetings, like taking us off topic, which is why I enjoy meetings so much. So.
What is the feeling, right, that's going through these two people? So Stromboli is that volcano you're seeing on the left side of your screen right now. It's on a small island off the coast of Sicily, and it erupted. And this gigantic plume of smoke went into the sky.
It's like recording our final moments, right? We're gonna die anyway.
Like, let's make sure we get this.
Yeah.
We got a nice day ahead here, but some changes really on the way. No word on how they got out in the first place, but Nick, I think they need to beef up security there.
I see what you did there.
Move on back home. This is at a junkyard. Look at those huge plumes of smoke. Do you see that car right there on the right side of your screen? This driver in Michigan spun out into the shoulder, slid back out on the roadway, right into the path of a semi-truck. It shows this professor calling police and the officers removing a student from the classroom. So here's the thing, if your kids play sports, you need to look out for symptoms, especially if they've had more than one head injury. I mean, let's be honest, teenagers, they're not going to be the first one to raise their hand and say, okay, I'm hurt and I'm coming off the field. They can be a little stubborn at times. I was one of them. So as you said, this right here, probably just a freak accident, but a good reminder. If you're going to reach down for something, whether it's at a toll booth, maybe even an ATM, park your car. Joining us on the phone this morning is Captain Michael Pruitt. And Captain, we appreciate your time this morning. You know, you're in North Carolina. Just tell us what it's like there. And the 7 managers that were approved yesterday officially walking those 2 articles of impeachment against President Donald Trump over to the Senate. After today, it's going to run 6 days a week, Monday through Saturday. So we're in for the long haul here. It's a big sticking point for a lot of our viewers out there. You, of course, put a ton of emergency funds, millions of dollars into the roads. You propose this 9-county, for lack of a better term, we'll call it a commuter tax. Now to a CBS 4 Problem Solvers investigation that we've been covering for months. Contractor Randall Blake Copeland facing another criminal charge this afternoon, accused of taking thousands of dollars from customers and never doing the work. What comes in has to go out, and this is what we're concerned about. We talk about budget a lot, and so we have our financial expert, Andy Mattingly, joining us now. Why do most people fail at budgeting? Live outside the sheriff's office right now, where we're seeing several people show up ahead of the procession to pay their respects.
Very sad that he was taken like this.
So you knew him. And over this last week, we have heard countless stories about how Bree touched so many people in our community. Today, the city and her fellow officers will honor her sacrifice. A violent night citywide. Metro Police are now investigating several different shootings, and we're learning 2 teens died in that violence. Family Dollar and Dollar General stores across central Indiana. Look at this. They've been robbed over and over again in the last few years, some as many as 19 times. So we'll go ahead and zoom in here. Take a look at this massive cluster right here of purples, yellows, greens, oranges. Inside the county, we're specifically looking more so at downtown. That's where I think the biggest cluster I could find was, and then also on the east side toward the Little Flower District. The CDC is saying 20 seconds, you sing happy birthday twice, sing whatever you want. Our crew did a little experiment here inside the building to show you why. A cheetah, do you see it? It made its move. It went from sitting on the ground to lounging on the open top Jeep.
Nope.
3 people were in that vehicle at the time. After a few tense seconds, the family said it was clear that the animal was not a threat. It seemed to lose some interest and took off.
It was clear it was not a threat.
Well, the woman inside, she was quoted and she said, I was just thinking about my kids. Like, what do we do if it happens? The guide had told them, sit down and don't move. She goes, I can't, you want me to sit still in this situation, really? Here's the kicker though, they took 88 pounds of that sand.
What?
I don't know what they were planning on doing with it, but again, that couple is now facing prison time, also a fine up to $3,300.
You had a wheelbarrow or something.
I know. Where did you put it? Were you just going to throw it in your luggage and hope that it makes it back? I don't know. A small Nevada town is bracing itself for thousands of people. We've been hearing about this big event, Storm Area 51, next month. The Special Olympics premier fundraiser is back for its 20th year. CBS 4's Colby Phelan is joining us there. Colby, it's a little different this year, right? You look bundled up. I'm glad you're warm. And it is so easy, you guys. You can pick whichever hospital that you want. And once you pick it, you're going to see a short list of restaurants that you can order from. They will cater these meals to the entire unit. It also includes which ones deliver and their hours. And then if you scroll down, Macy, you can see you can pick a day, you can pick a shift. For some reason, the plane tracks east out of that flight pattern, then back west and north. All of a sudden, this line turns white, and that's where the pilot basically stopped reporting anything. Take a look at this necklace and this ring. They're just a couple pieces that a Franklin woman says had a lot of sentimental value. She wants them back now where they belong. A police cruiser hitting a woman, and she was just walking on the sidewalk. Look at that video. This thing was so jaw-dropping, and I want to give our viewers a heads up on this one because it is graphic. Dozens of students and teachers are okay and all right and recovering after police say a student sprayed pepper spray inside Stony Brook Middle School in Warren Township. Today, those students, those teachers are going to be back in class. Police continuing, though, to look for the person responsible. Combine, it is kicking in high gear with quarterbacks and pass catchers hitting the field for workouts.
Yeah, that's right. But today is all about the fans, and you can get an up-close experience. Our Colby Thielen is live downtown right now. And Colby, what can fans expect? Oh, look at him getting after
Whoa.
it. 110.
By the way, I often wonder if you realize that we're on air when you start to sing. So I have this very confused look on my face. But no? All right, definitely spring-like. Before we go, let's take a live look. Chris Kindle Market is packed. Lots of sunshine out there. If you're looking for the holiday lights, this is a good place to go. Merry Christmas, you guys. Have a great holiday. It all kind of kicked off yesterday. He had spoken publicly at the Economic Forum yesterday, but never made a mention of the impeachment trial. So here we are, day 2. He's at least addressing it. He is expected to fly back to D.C. today, so we'll continue to watch that. And any other comments, if we need to dip back in, we will.
Right.
Doing it properly, right? The CDC is saying 20 seconds, you sing happy birthday twice, sing whatever you want. Our crew did a little experiment here inside the building to show you why. 4 people used glow germ under a black light to show you how dirty their hands were before washing and then after. Each tried a different washing method. We had one person lather with soap for 10 seconds, another for that full CDC recommended 20 seconds. One person did that rinse and shake we've all seen before, and then Nick here used hand sanitizer. I will say too, what I was surprised by are the places we often forget. I mean, how many of us do this?
It's just this,
but you
yeah.
don't get in between your fingers, you don't get underneath your fingernails. So that was really interesting. Speaking of, I'm gonna give myself a little pump right